Hello, great afternoon, and welcome to Coaching Think Talk. I am Coach Joya, a certified life and mental health coach from Life Coach Philippines, and this is Coaching for Relationship. This coaching conversation is for people who are looking to recharge the relationship on a day-to-day basis and rediscover the positive elements in the relationship to develop their communication skill to get the relationship to create a better ecology for their relationship. And my mission, of course, is to help 1 million women to embrace their identity and womanhood to be suitable helper of their husband to create a safe mental and emotional space for a family that thrives. So thank you for joining me today, joining me live today, and please leave your digital footprints by letting us know where you are coming from. And please do tag a friend and circulate this video to help us reach more individuals who might be in need of what I am going to share for this session. You can also share your hashtag pack my bag moments to bless others. You may also give some shout outs to people you want to greet and reach out with some inspiring message. So do start it now. Utilize the chat box to shout out to those special people in your life you want to inspire. If you are watching this on a replay, please do comment hashtag replay. And I am also streaming via FB page of Life Coach Philippines and YouTube channel Coach AI Connect. So if you are new to our platform, please like, follow, and subscribe. So for this afternoon, I'll be taking up from one of um, the workshop that we had. It's about let's stop the drama. Say goodbye to the drama in your relationship. Remember that relationship isn't always easy. Too often, we have these patterns that cause us to have dramas, disappointments, and distress. All of us have a certain drama in life. Aminin mo man o hindi, meron talaga tayong drama sa buhay. Hello, Coach Candy, Coach Blissy, and of course, Coach Nilo. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. So in fact, there's what we call the drama triangle. Well, whether we like it or not, whether we are married or not, whether you are a man or a woman, I think you are also experiencing this drama cycle in life. So are you familiar with the drama triangle? This was actually developed by, this is also known as the Karpman Triangle. This was actually developed by Dr. Steve Karpman in 1968. So matagal na tong concept na to. It identifies three roles that we often play out in our relationship. So it's more of the victim, rescuer, and persecutor. Tapos sasabihin natin, di naman wala naman akong concept na ganyan. So let's take a look and let's see if there is really if this role is not really played in our life. Hello, Master Coach A. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. And of course, Master Coach Jasmine. And hello, Leonard. Thank you so much. So, which role do you often play? Dati sinasabi ko, wala naman ako nito eh. But I realized that during the workshop, I discovered that I have also this particular cycle. Um, if you take a look at it, we have what we call the persecutor, the rescuer, and the victim. So yung sa amin ni Coach Sean, I think I've really been through this drama triangle kasi I always say na he is so insensitive. So there are moments that when I have those moments na feeling ko insensitive siya, I would often play the victim. Ano man aminin, masakit man aminin. Pero once in my life, I did play the victim in the relationship. Parang sabi ko, you don't care for me. Yung parang, I can't, parang sabi nga nila, do not use the you complete me kasi hindi nga siya totoo. But one time in my life, I think I have said that line na I can't live without you, mga ganon. But because you want to play on the emotion of the person to have that person be with you. So kung ang partner mo ay rescuer, of course, he would feel na he's doing something wrong. So he will do everything to correct it and to give you the attention that you need. Pero kung pag at times man, pag okay na naman kami or at times hindi niya papansinin, I would often I would often be the persecutor. So mag-shift ulit ako ng role. I would say na kaya ako ganito kasi ganyan ka. So laging may blame game in the relationship. But I realized that I when I did the drama quiz, there's actually a drama quiz that you can use. When I did that, I realized that I'm more really of a persecutor and rescuer. So, pag tiningnan mo yung cycle na yon, at times you will say, hindi naman talaga ako yun eh. But we never really know. You really have to be able to understand what this role has to play in your life. So let's talk about the victim. So the victim role always have the attitude of helplessness. They don't know things, can't do things, or can't achieve things. And they always want other people to support them, but will never stop complaining about their situations. So, if you are a victim, it's really characterized by hopelessness, a belief that you are unable to care for yourself. You feel broken, unfixable, and you are not vulnerable enough to acknowledge. So, if you think about it, the victim in this case is not really an actual victim, but rather someone feeling or acting like a victim. So you just act out the role. Kaya siya pala tinawag, just as quick background, kaya siya tinawag na drama triangle ni Dr. Steve Carpman. It's because he was previously a part of an actors guild. So doon niya na associate yung drama triangle role. Hello, Coach Nords, Coach Mau, and Coach Phoebe from Isabella, and of course, Coach Cherry. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. So yun, so with the victim, what usually happens is they often feel oppressed and helpless, but somehow deep down, they tend to feel shame. They tend to have the self-pity. And it's often that they have difficulties in making decisions, solving problems, and they often become clingy or they are dependent to an external force. So, yun yung role ng victim sa relationship. So, check out whether you are one of those. Check out kung ikaw ba, when there are issues in the relationship, you tend to play the victim so that you can get the emotional response that you have been expecting from your partner. The second role that we often play as well is, of course, the persecutor. For the persecutor, it's more of they keep to themselves on the outside of the situation. They judge others with extreme severity, and they point out everyone else's mistakes and seems to enjoy the emotional distress they cause to other people. So when you're the persecutor, what you can ask yourself is, what makes you blame other people? The persecutor kasi wants to control. They can blame and threaten others when they have issues or problems. So blame game, my shift dun sa relationship, they would often blame. So they are at times they can't bend, they can't be flexible, they can't be vulnerable. And they always have a way to justify their act and would say, I told you, I should have known better. So persecutors yell and criticize, but they don't actually solve problems or help anyone solve the problems. Ipapasa niya lang talaga kung bakit naging ganun yung problema or kung bakit naging ganun yung sitwasyon. So, pag nag-aaway ba kayo ng partner mo, madalas ba na you put the blame, you shift the blame on on your partner? Parang this is also one way of using it to manipulate, like the victim, you can manipulate the emotions na mafe-feel niya yung pity sa'yo. So you play on that emotion. Pag persecutor ka naman, what you play on is the guilt trip. Yung parang, kaya ako ganito kasi kasalanan mo. Kaya ako ganito kasi ganito yung response mo. So we shift, parang we try to make the person feel na lahat ng actions niya wrong, kaya ka ganyan. Hello, Coach Jeriel and Coach Lynn. Thank you so much. Sabi nga ni Coach Phoebe, there is one season in her life na naging victim din daw siya. Yeah, I think if we are really not aware of the roles that we play, although there will be one of the roles that it's gonna be yung mas dominant. So there will be one or two. Like in my case, at this time, mas mas persecutor and rescuer, and I stopped being a victim. So wala na ako dun sa victim stage. But it doesn't mean na parehas talaga yung na na kailangan meron ka nito. Let's take a look later kung paano mo ba i-shift yung drama triangle into a winning triangle. So, the next role, of course, is the rescuer. Pag rescuer ka, you are often pag rescuer ka, you put other people's responsibilities and problems on your own shoulders. So, ibig sabihin, you're the hero. Ikaw ang takbuhan ng bayan. Hindi nila magagawa yon kasi wala ka. They offer help, but at times it is not authentic. And they feel or they lead the person to become more dependent. Ito yung mga moments na you feel na pag hindi ka niya in-approach para tulungan siya, walang mangyayari sa buhay niya. So, ask yourself, what makes you feel you are reliable or you can solve the problem always? Saan ba nanggaling yung concept na you can always solve someone's problem? The rescuer's stance is, let me help you. They work hard to help and care for other people so that they can feel good about themselves. While at times they also neglect their own needs or not taking responsibility to meet their needs. So, remember, have you ever encountered people na minsan magko-complain sa'yo, pagod na ako kasi lahat na lang sa akin. Pero pag hindi naman lumapit sa kanya, nagagalit siya or the person feels na hindi siya wanted kasi ayaw magpatulong. The rescuer is the one who always agree, who thinks everything is right and helps you. Rescuers don't really help, although their actions may be good. They're actually the ultimate enablers, keeping victims stuck in their role as victim. So, sa relationship, parang ano lang yan like, sa amin ni Coach Sean, pag halimbawa pinagalitan ko yung bata, there was a moment na rescuer, he would say na, okay lang, hayaan mo na kasi bata, okay lang kasi ganito. So, may rescuer, may enabler, parang enabler. So, ito, dapat mindful ka sa pagiging rescuer because at times, it would really affect how the relationship would lead, especially sa inyong mag-asawa, of course. Like, at times, nagiging cause siya ng misunderstanding namin na para bang, why are you speaking that way in front of the kids na parang ako lagi yung lumalabas na masama. So you have to be mindful of these roles that you are playing. Kasi hindi din talaga madali na mawala yung role na to. Remember, all these roles are very ingrained. All these roles are tempting and gives us a certain power even if it is false power. Pag rescuer ka, you have the hero effect. Ikaw ang takbuhan. So you feel you are needed. You feel you are hindi kaya ng ibang tao pag wala ka. Pag victim ka naman, you are so innocent. You play on the power of innocence. You want the dating attention of the rescuer. So you avoid taking responsibility for your life and whatever outcome. And when you're the persecutor, you get to sit in the power seat. You're feeling superior. So, feeling mo, you're always the right one in the relationship. So, these roles are actually so ingrained because of the influences and patterns we have gained growing up. It's not because we wanted to be like that. At times, remember that we came from different families, and when we come together in the relationship, we forget that we are unique individuals. We have influences, or we have taken the patterns from our relationship or from the parents, from our role models, our caregivers. But these are like junk foods that provides only temporary stimulation. So if you want that shift in your relationship, you need to break the drama cycle. So let's change the drama triangle into a winning triangle. So what is the winning triangle? In the winning triangle, the persecutor now becomes the assertive or the challenger. The rescuer becomes the caring one or the coach, and the victim becomes the vulnerable or the creator. So what does it mean? Instead of persecuting, you assert. So as a persecutor, what you usually do is you blame and you punish. So instead of persecuting, assert now. Give up trying to force or manipulate others to do what you want. Take on the new behavior of doing, and asserting. So ask for what you want, say no for what you don't want, give constructive feedback, initiate negotiations, and take positive action. So, pwede naman kasi talaga siyang i-change as long as you have the acknowledgement and you are aware of the role that you constantly play. When when you want to change from a victim to a vulnerable or creator, then be vulnerable and not a victim. Remember, victims often feel overwhelmed and too defeated to solve their problems and emotions. And they would always look for someone else to do it for them. But so instead of the victim role, you need to be emotionally mature, so vulnerable, not to the point of being needy, and accept the situation you are in and take responsibility to problem solve and function in a more and healthy, happy way. So what you do is you put real thought into what you want and how to get it and take action to make it happen. So action lang talaga. You take that out. You become the creator. You find alternatives, or you find options. You find solutions to the situation you are in. And when you are a rescuer, you become caring, but don't overstep. Um, do not let your fears, your obligations, and guilt to control you or allow others to be manipulated in taking care of another person, because it's not really healthy. So instead of being the rescuer and you do all the thinking, taking the lead, doing more than your share, doing more than is asked of you, simply be supportive or caring. Be empathic, an empathic listener, and provide reflections, coaching, and assistance. So if the person asks and is taking the lead themselves, it would really help if it's important to recognize the other persons as an equal, not one down. Kasi pag rescuer ka, ang feeling mo, ikaw yung hero, yung tao, ano lang siya, parang hindi niya kaya. So you look down on the person. But if you want to change it into a caring or coach, to be in the winning triangle, all you have to do is do the mind shift and take a look at the person as someone in your level and give the other person the respect of letting them take care of themselves, solve their own problems, and deal with their feelings as they choose. Remember, you have the most pivotal position on the trauma triangle. You are actually in the strongest position. So you can redirect the dynamic of this into a healthy territory. So I'll give you some steps to take to escape the drama triangle. So how do you get out of the drama triangle? All you have to do is identify your role. So in order, remember that the triangle is a result of all the patterns that we have taken during the time that we were growing up. It are those these are patterns or behaviors that we have seen from our caregivers, and we have carried on as we are growing old and also entered in our own relationship. So when you are able to identify your role, you can change now the pattern. You escape the drama triangle, but by, of course, getting the awareness of the dysfunctional dynamics at play. Ano ba yun? Ano ba yung mga roles na you commonly play? And how can you take control of those roles and your own behavior? So when you're able to identify the role and become aware of it, you empower yourself to take the action to do the shift in the relationship. Second is, you ask yourself which of the labels you identify the most. Sabi ka kanina, there would always be those roles that would be much dominant in the relationship. So it's either, well, you can play all roles naman talaga eh. You can shift, you can do the shift, but there would always be those dominant. Like for me, it's now persecutor and rescuer. So akala ko rescuer yung top ko, but when I did that test, it changed to persecutor. So dun mo ma-realize na, ito na pala yung level ko when it comes to the drama triangle. It also affects the way I respond to my relationship, to my husband, to my kids, and even to the other people that I know. So when you become aware of it and you are able to identify it, you are now able to know kung paano ka mag-shift or paano mo na i-manage yung patterns mo. And this will be very helpful for you to have that better communication, that better environment with your relationship, with your kids, with your husband, and even with your relatives, your friends. So take a look at the patterns for you to be able to know which one you play the most. And of course, when you're able to identify it, and then you know which one you usually uh, you usually default to, do things differently now. What does it mean when you do things differently? Um, don't do the same things you have always done. For example, if you're a victim, stop outsourcing your self-esteem by seeking validation from other people. Instead, strengthen your decision-making skills and try acting before you feel ready. Like, dati sa case namin ni Coach Sean, I would often feel the victim, di ba? Yung parang, siguro hindi mo na ako love, so I would play on the emotion. So, I decided to, hey, I fought for myself. Parang teka lang, what I did was parang I lost myself in the relationship na lahat na lang ng actions ko papunta sa kanya. And pag hindi na satisfy yun, I would play the victim. So what I did was change it. Teka lang, it's time for me to get out of this. I don't have to be the victim anymore. Although, nung time na yun, hindi ko alam na victim pala yung tawag sa particular response na yon. So what I did was I get into like I discovered life coaching. I also started doing hobbies. I also started parang naganap ako ng outlet. I started to really do work, and parang I diverted my energy para mas naging okay yung relationship namin kasi you no longer have to be clingy or dependent on the person. But it doesn't mean nawala yung love. Andun pa din siya, kaya lang mas naging maganda yung relationship. Now, if you are naman a rescuer, take a look at what drains your energy. Kasi di ba as a rescuer, gusto mo lahat tulungan. Kung sino lumapit, gusto mo, teka, may solusyon ako dyan, tutulungan kita. Na at times you feel, teka, parang pagod na pagod ako, nade-drain yung energy ko. So take a look at what drains your energy, like the people who you talk with, you help, the activities that you say yes to. Kasi minsan yes ka din ng yes sa lahat ng activities, kahit minsan hindi mo na kaya. But you just feel na, I can do this because I'm a hero. Ayun. So, it actually borders into people pleasing. So stop the people pleasing. Develop firm boundaries and say no more than you say yes. So that's how you can shift and how you can do things differently. And if you're a prosecutor, stop accusing. Stop the I statements. Stop the you statement and start using the I statements. Ito yung din yung madalas na nagiging issue sa relationship eh. Yung when you wanna talk to the person, di ba parang gusto mo magbago yung tao, pero ang nakikita mo is ikaw kasi yun eh, kasalanan mo, magbago ka muna para magbago ako. That we forget na, teka, ikaw muna, for the other person to change, you also have to be able to do something to change in yourself. So, start using the I statement. Na, example, insensitive siya. What you would say, I feel na pag halimbawa nagre-request ako sa'yo na, halimbawa, paglutuan mo ko, tapos ayaw mo, ang feeling mo, you feel hurt pag hindi niya nagagawa. Pero at least I feel na ito. At least sa'yo, hindi pa point na, ikaw kasi pag ayaw mo akong paglutuan, feeling ko ganito, kaya ganyan din yung response ko. So, medyo mag-iiba yung statement, diba? Or, pag halimbawa, hindi mo ako tinatawagan, asan ka ba? Saan ka nagpunta? Instead of saying it na, I feel na pag wala kang update sa akin, like, hindi ko naman sinabi na hindi na mag-message ka 24 hours na parang oras-oras. But just let me know because I also feel worried. Di ba parang mas maganda yung nagiging result ng statement? Tama, Coach Lynn, hashtag ako muna. Alam ko makaka-relate ka dun sa rescuer. And finally is stand your ground. Well, that means standing your ground is keeping in mind that when you change your behavior, people around you might balk or umatras. They may also get defensive or get hurt. But that's okay. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. Rather, it's a reflection of normal growing pains that will ultimately change your relationship for the better. So, stand your ground. Di naman ibig sabihin na you wanna change naging aware ka lang kasi sa role that you play because you wanted to do a shift in the relationship. Mas maganda na aware ka dun sa roles and you wanted to change. That would really help the both of you. It's not because minsan kasi ang nagiging tendency is mag-question yung ibang tao, bakit nagbago ka, bakit ganyan? But don't mind. Just do what you have to do to get you out of the drama triangle because that would really help the both of you in the relationship. So if you want to really get over the drama in your relationship and have a shift to a better one, let's have a conversation. Connect with me and let's discover the common roles you play and let's work on it. You can message me at 0917-806-4200 or you can also message Life Coach PH. Just send the message there. You will also be connected to me. So as I journeyed in the life coaching, I began to learn, I began to discover the roles that I have been playing in my relationship. And it was indeed something that helped me a lot in taking care of, in really being able to know where I stand in the relationship and how I other. So thank you everyone. And as I end this conversation, let me invite you to be a part of what we are doing. Um, of what here in Life Coach Philippines, nagahang ang aking laptop. Let me invite you to be part of what we are doing as an organization of professional certified life coaches. So join us for another coaching conversation tomorrow. That would be, teka lang, bigla siyang, ayun. So that's our lineup for tomorrow, Tuesday. That's gonna be at 10 a.m. Coaching for Radical Service with Coach Preska. At 2 p.m. it's Coaching for Leap Formation with Coach Cherry. And of course, at 4 p.m. Coaching for Purposeful Living, none other than our OM at Decaf Coffee Republic, Coach Rizel. So, and also we would like to invite you to join us in the to invite you to Master Coach A's actively co-create Life Coach Certification Program. This is actually a 21-day learning journey with daily lessons, 3-day life coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A, and of course a 3-day live business bootcamp with senior coaches. The sing that's with Team Cafe. And 1 month free subscription or free membership in Coach A Coaching Upskills Blueprint. Plus, a website inclusion and professional credentials and certificate of completion with online footprints. This is actually a great way for you to start. You don't have to worry about how you're going to move forward after your certification because you will get all the support from senior coaches and of course Master Coach A. Actually, the first batch is already happening now. We have already started a 21-day online journey for the learnings. We have the online modules, but the coaching call will happen this coming April 10, 17, and 24. I think you can still connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661 for assistance. So we're inviting everyone, even if you're not yet a certified life coach. Kasi may makakasabay po kayong dati ng coaches who want to get the certification for the co-actively co-create, like me and my husband and the other coaches that you see now on the chat box. We are all into this journey. So, mas madami tayo. Come on and join us. So, that's it. And thank you so much for Joining me this afternoon, once again, I am Coach Tindy Hoya from Life Coach Philippines for Coaching Think Talk. Coaches think like us, think and talk like this. This is from the Philippines. Love Bam Boom. See you.